We're hunting the most evil and vile creature in Minecraft. I've managed to track it to behind this tree. It is, of course, the most evil, the vile, the evil rabbit! Oh wait, we don't have rabbits yet. Oh! Hey everyone, I'm Jeppo, and welcome to another terrible day in my ugly world. And over in the distance that way is our base. We're about 250 blocks away from it, I think. And what we're doing here is making a gold farm. I've already started on the basics, getting ready, going up. Up there's going to be the portals where they will spawn, the zombie pigmen spawn. They'll fall down into this water. It's just a simple flowing water. Oh, nice, to make them move a bit quicker. They flow down to the center. The water will push them this way and they'll fall down here to a killing chamber. I've got some pistons set up, but I haven't done the crusher yet. The mechanism for the crusher will be over here, and when I want to, I just press a button around here somewhere and that will crush them, bring them down to maybe 1 or 2 hits. If I don't want to do that though, if I want to set it up as an automatic killer, I've actually dug down. It goes all the way down there, another 24 blocks. Just to ensure they die, I can just flick this switch and they will drop all the way down. Can't quite see there. Down a hole there, which will kill them instantly, or it should kill them instantly. And that way I can just go AFK and collect all the gold. And that's it. It's a fairly simple design. I haven't actually tested this design yet though, so it's going to be interesting to see if it actually does work. We're going to have 3 rows of 10. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, there. Okay, so these, alright, so 3 rows of 10 will give 30 portals. Need to block this off. How can I do this? Perfect. Right, and that's going to be it. Just the same thing over and over again. We use these trapdoors to make sure that they fall or they step down and go into the water. I'm going to put glass along here just to block it off, so they don't walk out that way. I don't think they will. I don't think that's how they work. But let's see. I need that. If I light this now. Wait, let's open that. And the zombie pigmen should be able to spawn now, and I've just got to keep doing that for 3 rows. And okay, so while we're doing this, I thought we'd have a little chat. Not so much, not like the other couple of chats we've had where I've talked about specific things. I was just going to tell a few little stories, I guess, things that have happened to me in the last week or 2. And they do relate to what I've been talking about, not so much the hatred but the respect, certainly. Because the first incident, well actually both incidents about respect, or lack of it, and it was at just the local shop. Just went in just to get a cool drink. I was on my way home and just stopped in, grabbing a drink to drink on the way, and there's an old woman in front of me. It's not her. Haven't got a problem with her. She just finished her transaction. She started to leave, and then this old guy just walked in the wrong way to the checkout and just stood right in front of me, right where the old lady had been, and just put his stuff on the counter. And it's like, what? Didn't his parents teach him any manners? It's like, there's just a total lack of respect. He didn't care about me or the fact that I was there first waiting. He's just, well, he's old, so he gets to go first. Luckily, the cashier knew me. I'm a regular at that shop, and she served me first. But the thing is, even after I finished, and he could see me finish, I mean, I was right in front of him, and she finished the transaction and gave me my change, and I started to walk away, except, bam, he's right in front of the exit. I mean, I can't get past him, literally. Not without pushing him out of the way, or picking him up and moving him. Actually, I probably could have done that. That would have been funny. But the thing is, like, the culture here, you can't say anything about that. I can't say or do anything. If I said anything, I'd be the one who's in the wrong, which is really quite annoying. Okay, so, I mean, that's just a total disrespect for me, for my time. The fact that I was there first, waiting, and he just pushed in. He just didn't care about me or anyone else in line. He just wanted to be first. It's just a combination of being disrespectful, rude, selfish, however you want to discuss that or describe it. Actually, I might talk about being selfish sometime, because I find that a lot. A lot of people, I mean, I'm talking about things happening here in Singapore, but these things happen everywhere. Like, I read, was it Not Always Working, or whichever one it is, where they're in the shop and working there, and I worked in retail, and yeah, you get a lot of stupid people, and it's something you have to deal with, but it's still always annoying. Okay, but and yeah, it does happen everywhere. I don't want it to seem like I'm just picking on Singapore. This just happens to be that I live in Singapore. So of course I'm going to be more familiar with what's happening here. And my stories are going to be involving me here. But anyway, the other incident happened at my son's school. He's in primary 1, or elementary 1 if you go by that system. Primary, elementary, they're the same thing. So he's in the first grade, and here in Singapore, everyone learns languages. They call it the mother tongue, but because I'm white, I'm a white Australian, the mother tongue, like, this is how it goes. It goes with the father, not the mother. It was the mother. Ethnically, she's Chinese. She's Chinese Indonesian. So for her, the mother tongue would be Chinese, of course. Except here in Singapore, they go with the father for the mother tongue. So mother's the father. Okay, got that? Mother's, father, same thing. So he had a choice, and what they do, I think there's 3 languages. There's Chinese or Mandarin. There's, what are the other ones? Malay and, okay, I seriously can't remember now. Is it Hindi or Tamil? I can't remember. I think it's Tamil. I'm pretty sure it's Tamil. But anyway, first year he started learning the Chinese language because we got to choose, because I'm white, so his mother tongue would be English. We chose, and we could have chosen either Chinese, the Mandarin, or the Malay, since Malay is similar to Indonesian. But we figured Chinese would be better in the long run, and most of our friends think the same thing. Ooh, that's a drop. Ouch. So anyway, when was it? Last week they had performances. Like, there's a thing they do every now and then. They'll have a performance. They call it a competition, but I don't really think they win anything, or whether it's for me, it's more about him enjoying the language, having fun. They do, they sing the language that they're learning and they dance to it. And so in my son's school, there's 8 classes. Oh, this is becoming really long stories. There's 8 classes, 6 do one language, and there's 1 for each of the other 2. So let's instead of pointing out which languages they are, because I don't want to embarrass any particular groups or be negative towards any particular group. But there's 6 learning language 1, there's 1 learning language 2, and 1 class learning language 3. Right, so each class does a performance, and the parents were invited to the school. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so the parents come to the school to watch the performances. And ouch. So they come, it was during the day, we all go to the school, all the parents, and we go up into the hall to watch them perform, and everything's good, right? So we're all up there, and the setup is there's the stage at the front of the hall. Right in front of the stage is where the kids were sitting while they were waiting for their turn to perform. And behind that is, well, there was a small gap, and then where the parents were sitting. And the parents were told at the beginning, okay, if you want to take photos of your children performing or videos, whatever, just be respectful of the people behind you. You can stand to the side, so we're allowed to go forward and take photos, take videos while our children were performing, whatever, but we're told to be respectful. So the first 6 classes performed, and the parents were going forward. They either went to the side at the front if they wanted to stand, or if they went to the middle at the front, just behind where the children were sitting, then they were kept crouching down. And the first 6 groups were all fine. There was no problem seeing any of the performances. We could watch, those of us still sitting behind could still see the stage and everything. It was fine. A number of the parents did go right in front of the stage, but they all crouched down or sat down on the floor near the children, and it was fine. But then the next 2 classes, they got up, and instead of crouching down or sitting down when they're right in front of the stage, they just stood up right in front of all the parents. They just didn't care. They were completely oblivious. Even though there were a number of parents were coughing and making noises behind them, they just stood there. Both of the last 2 classes, they just didn't care or didn't even think about anything about the other parents who might want to see. And okay, if my kid was performing, I could have always stood up and joined them, but the point is, it was ruining it for the parents who chose to sit down and continue watching. I mean, if it was my kid, I'd want the other parents to be able to see him, because I'd be proud of him. I mean, I am proud of him. He's doing a great job, considering we don't speak Chinese here at home, and he's learning it, and he listens to the Chinese songs and sings along to them. Even my wife's nieces and nephews have been impressed by him, because they don't speak Chinese at home. They'll speak Indonesian. They're all in Indonesia, so they'll speak Indonesian. I think there's 1 or maybe 2 who do speak a little bit of Chinese, but mostly they just speak Indonesian, just because that's the way it is there at the moment. So yeah, anyway, there are a couple of stories that happened to me in the last few weeks, I think I'm out of glass. Wow, I severely underestimated how much glass I needed for this. Okay, well I can do this next one anyway, but we can already hear. Yeah. What I'll do, I'll just do that there, and we'll go down here and have a look, because there's a number already spawning. You can see a few in there. I'm going to have to set up that crusher or do something about getting rid of them. But they're already spawning. I'm not sure how much the spawn rate's going to be on this yet. Looks like we got 3. I think there's only 3 in there at the moment, but we're barely halfway through, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly how much they spawn. I haven't seen a design exactly like this. This is, well, it is my design, but I won't say it's original, because I've cheated a bit, taken from other people's designs. I've seen people do grids like this before, and of course other types of mob farms use the water to push them into essential, and the crusher and the drop. These are all things I've never discovered these myself. These are all from other people. Just realized I'm out of food. So I won't say anything here is original except the way I've put them together, but there's probably been other people who've done similar things to this before, and I don't know, did I tell you about that? I blocked that off so that if I want to use the crusher and kill them, get the XP, I can block it so new ones don't fall down. This one is to drop them, as you saw, all the way down, and there'll be a button over here for the crusher which will bring them down to 1 or maybe 2 hits to kill. And of course I've got a steel door here. I have to watch that step, and that's just to stop zombies or things getting in if I go AFK. Alright, so I'll finish this off and I'll come back and let you all see how it turns out a little bit later. Okay, so I finished building the 3 rows. There's 30 portals up there now. We're getting a few spawns. It's not a great rate though. It seems to be spawning very slowly. I'm not sure why. There's tons of room for them. I may build out the back, add on another row back here, so another 30 to bring it up to 60. I don't know how that's going to affect it though, whether it's going to increase the rates or not. So far, after building that and waiting about 5 or 10 minutes maybe, I've got about 2 ingots worth. So they only drop nuggets, and each one only seems to be dropping 1 nugget, if that. Some of them don't drop any at all. So I've got about 18, I think. Oh, he died. Okay, I've been fiddling around with this, and most of the time, 90% of the time, it does seem to work. It gets the right amount. I had to lower it down to, there's 21 blocks there at the moment. I may even lower it down to 20 just to see what happens, because most of the time they've been okay. Okay, like that. And then you just have to hit him. Okay, this one's a bit tough. Usually they only take about 2 shots to kill. And you can see there I didn't get any ingot either. So that's really quite annoying actually. I don't know if it's a change. Didn't fall around here anywhere, no. I don't know if it's because we're playing on the console or what, but yeah, they're only dropping nuggets. Hopefully in a future update they'll change it to be like the PC where they drop ingots, and that will increase the rate, and hopefully they'll increase the rate of spawns too, because it's very low at the moment. And I'm wondering if adding another row will actually help, because you can see there's actually none up there at the moment. And if you haven't seen one of these machines before, it's quite simple. Just the two hoppers facing into each other, the comparators blocked there with redstone. You've got the two pistons facing each other. The redstone block will always line up with the hopper that has the items in it. So when we press the button there and send a redstone signal here, you see the redstone is on at the moment. This button will turn it off, which will bring the redstone over here, which will set this off. It will also unlock this hopper, so those 21 items will come over here. Once they reach over here, the redstone block will move back and it will fill up this hopper again. You see, with the items in this hopper, it's powering this comparator, which is powering that piston. Okay, quite simple. There's plenty of tutorials out there on that if you want to see them. And you've probably noticed while we've been talking here, there have not been any more spawns. No, I can't hear any at the moment. I am going to fill around. I'm going to put decks up. We've got the deck here at the moment. I will put another one further up and then try standing on the different decks and waiting around to see if the position changes the spawn rate. It's not supposed to. On the PC, it doesn't matter where the player is. The only thing that matters is that the player's not too far away, otherwise they won't move. They'll only move if you're within, I think it's 36 or 40 blocks of them, and we're easily within that at the moment. From here it's only about 20 blocks to the top, so even down there we will be within the 36 blocks of every space, so they should move. Alright, but I'll have a look. I'll probably continue building this building up around it so that's as high as there, just to enclose the whole thing so it's not that ugly. I mean, the building itself is going to be ugly, but so we don't have all the portals showing out into the world like it is now. Alright, I'll do that, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like, leave a comment. Definitely, I love the comments I've been getting, so please leave more comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you want to see me build, or any ideas for what you want me to do, or even a topic to talk about. I don't mind talking about pretty much anything. Ask questions, give me a suggestion, whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Catch you all next time. Bye.